JDs and gentlemen and everyone in between and outside and everywhere. This is a new video ranking from 1 to 18 effectively just in this tier list, every AFL trade period, every club's trade period. Deadline day is done, the trades have happened, and let's rank them from trade winners being the best, fans elated, like I'm pretty gassed here. Mediocre window, like it's not good, it's not bad. Just a bit dead, there's no endeavor there, could be so much better, just quite shit. And then fans fuming, mega fucking fuming. Now we're gonna get into this, starting off with the Adelaide Crows, who I thought had a really good trade window. Now what's gonna help me here is this beautiful source, 7 News. Now when we talk about Adelaide, they got Himmelberg out, who's never worked for them, which I think's a plus. And they brought in Cummins, Neil Bullen, and Peatling. These two are bona fide stars for me already, especially Neil Bullen. He's outstanding. And I just think maybe they're missing that massive name there to be a little bit higher in that tier list. And that's why maybe I have gone with this. But I think they've had a really good off-season thus far. Now we're going to talk about the Brisbane Lions, who, it's one of these two. They didn't replace Joe Danaher, so I want to actually put them in just a bit dead. They lost Sharp, and we can have a look here I'm doing this kind of from memory. Yeah, that's it, they lost Sharp, but they didn't, look at the retiring Danaher, they didn't replace him. They're going to get Ashcroft in the draft, but that's not we're talking about the trade period window here, and I just think it's a bit dead, but the fans won't be fuming. I think they'll just be a bit disappointed. Carlton, we've got a bit of a mix here. They got pick 3, which is great for them. They did lose some key players, so fans will be disappointed there. Overall, they did bring in some talent. I'm a bit confused, and I'm going to go with just a bit dead. I think from memory, bringing in Haynes, and also, okay, well, apparently Haynes doesn't belong here, but they did bring in Nick Haynes, that's for sure. Not sure what's going on here, but they did lose Kennedy, Martin, and Owens, and I think Owens and Kennedy played like pretty much every game last season. Martin, inconsistent injuries and stuff. The endeavor's not there, that's the problem. It's just a bit dead. They are not showing the endeavor of a team who's in their fucking premiership window. Not saying they are, but most fans think they are. And I think that's been a bit dead for them. Collingwood, trade winners, bringing in Houston. Yes, they lost Richards, but I mean, Houston, what a trade. What a fucking trade. They're going balls deep. They're saying, fuck the draft. I'm going for the flag. And that is endeavour. And if, I would never be, but if I was a fan of Collingwood, I'm thinking, this is what I want. I want my team to strengthen where they need to. I think strengthening that defence is something they really need to do. And Houston and all Australian, what better way to do that? Essendon, what are you doing? What are you doing? Fucking hell, I am fuming on behalf of them. What is this trade window? It's shocking. You've lost Stringer for pick 50 something, was one goal away from being your leading goal kicker. Shocking. And I'm just disappointing, fam. Let's have a look at this fuckers. Spitballing about Collingwood. Oh yeah, also Collingwood bought in Perryman. Fucking hell, free agent. It's bullshit. That's why they're also there. I forgot about him. Sorry. Essendon traded in no one. This is the team that finished 11th twice in a row, and they are showing no signs of getting further up the ladder. They've lost a leader in Heppel. They've lost Kelly and Hind, who both played roles, and they've lost Stringer, who was basically their leading goal kicker. It's shocking, and if you're an Essendon fan, I would be fuming. I would be fuming with this because this is not good enough. Fremantle, it could be trade winners, but I think for now fans are elated. Look, they've done really well getting in Shea Bolton, who's the X factor they need in that midfield, and I think you've got the safe players of Sarong, Brayshaw, Young, but where's the you know what I'm saying? You digging what I'm putting down? That's what I'm saying, and they've got that now, and I think that's good. They've got a good draft capital too. We have a look at Fremantle here, and yeah, no out, good in, decent trade window here. I like it. Fans are elated. Geelong, trade winners. Fans elated. Trade winners. They've won. They've done what they needed to do. They've got Smith. Martin's a bit of a worm, but free agent, not much given up there. Smith is what they need. Think about it. Duncan and Dangerfield getting old. Who needs to play midfield and wing? Who can play midfield and wing? who's not happy at their club, who's a great player, Bailey Smith. Bit of concern that he's coming off an ACL, so we're not quite sure how he's going to come back from that, but I think it's an amazing trade period for them. Easy winners for me. The Suns, a little bit more confused about the Suns. They did lose Atkins and xoxoox, but they did bring in Noble and Rioli. I think fans are elated. I think they're pretty happy there. Fans are elated because they didn't lose a massive name. Yes, xoxoox, but bringing in positions they need once again. Rioli and Noble, they need those running halfbacks. Dimmer loves them, and he's got them. The Giants are a really hard club to do. Now, this is probably one of the hardest of this one because you got Stringer in for cheap, who's going to suit your forward line. You need that third medium tall X Factor player. They don't have it. Going to suit Cadman and Hogan really well. And Riccardi. But also, Haynes, Perryman, coming, free agency. Not good. Very not good. Very bad. Very bad. Peatling as well. Very bad. So where do we sit with them? I think it could be dead. I think mediocre's better because I think they salvaged it with Stringer. They didn't bring Stringer in. It's horrible. We'll put them in middle for now. Hawthorn, trade winners. Think about Hawthorn. Where do they need strength? They need strength in the defense. If you think about Frost is not entirely trustworthy, bring Barras in. And Battle's just a plus. Battle is a plus. I would not be surprised if Sam Mitchell throws the magnets around and you see a bit of Battle up forward, a bit of Sis up forward, you know? But great window for them. And I don't even think they lost anyone, Hawthorn. From memory, yeah, they lost absolutely no one. If we look at the Giants here as well, if you want to have a look at GWS Giants, look at all those losses there. And then also Gold Coast, a bit more about them. Himmelberg, a bit mid though. Melbourne, fans are fuming. Not as bad as Essendon, but you know what the problem with Melbourne is? I feel like this was their season to show a bit of courage and to give their fans something to be happy about because they're never happy because of the off-field issues. And the other thing is, it's a bit of a mix where, is it a W they've kept? Obviously, it's great they've kept Petrarca, no doubt about it. But keeping Oliver, could you have explored a trade there? Getting a few first-rounders in. Because I think Melbourne have no chance of winning the flag in 2025. I think fans are pissed off. And you've lost Neil Bullen, one of your more important players, for nothing. And I think if we have a look here, I can't remember too many players they brought in. Sharp, unproven at Brisbane. Tom Campbell. Luke was delisted and he's literally a backup ruck. Literally, that's it. So that's kind of a nothing one. They do have good draft pick capital, but I think fans, it's not a bad window, but I think they're pissed off because you could have played around with more. North Melbourne, bit of a mix here. I think it's a little bit mediocre because Darling, don't like that trade, but Caleb Daniel and Parker I do really like. I don't think they lost anyone, which they didn't. Not sure about this geezer, Jacob Constanti, but still got pick 2 intact. I think the fans will be pretty elated about this one. I think it's a pretty good one. Mediocre window, I don't think suits them. Port Adelaide, fans are fuming. Fans are... Oh, Port Adelaide, man. What the fuck were you thinking with that Houston trade? You got absolutely railed. You got rinsed a new one. You got done for. That is just not the go. That was not the right decision. And yes, they bring xoxoox in, who's a high prospect. And Atkins, I hate that trade. Richards, young, still could be good. But you've lost such an important player in Houston, who we saw in the finals when you didn't have him, he struggled. Don't like it. I think the fans will be pissed off. I think the fans that can be pissed off are the ones who should be going for the flag. Port Adelaide, this was your season to strengthen and to push for that. And I think you've done the opposite here. I think they should have done everything to try to keep Houston at the club, and they didn't. And for that reason, I think you can't be too happy with them. Richmond could be a mix. Could be down here because as a Richmond fan, I'm not fuming. It was not a dead window. Absolutely not. You know what? Let's change this to season defining as well. I think our season, spat in the fucking keeper. Our trade window was season defining for a different reason. Obviously, we're going to get absolutely fucked next season because we don't have who's going to play the running halfback that Rioli played. Don't know. Who's going to be the X factor we need when everyone's down and out. Bolton's role, don't know. Graham, don't care. But who's going to be that courageous, versatile player of Baker? Don't know. So it's quite sad in that sense, but I think generally we got overpaid for a lot of the players, and I'm happy about that. Happy about that! Fucking voice crack, mate! Let's put that up and high up there. So most clubs have had a good trade period. St Kilda, I think, has been pretty mediocre. I think the Jack Macrae, oh my god, I actually caught that bug. The Jack Macrae window, trade saved their window. I think before that, it was just a little bit shit. I think they lost the ruckman as well. No, they delisted Campbell as well, but they lost Battle, which is a big L. Macrae's, I think, a big dub. Macrae's still got good football left. I think it's mediocre. The Swans, it's dead. Oh, you can't really see Carlton here, actually. Carlton do belong there, by the way. The Swans, it's just a dead window. It's just a bit, you know? When I think about, I start snoring when I talk about the Swans. I mean, they lost absolutely, they got in absolutely no one, and they lost nobodies. I mean, Luke Parker, great servant for them, but towards the latter end of his career, this guy, I actually don't even know who the fuck that is. It's just dead. It could be, I don't think it's, maybe it should be in fans fuming, actually, because you've just lost a grand final. Show a little bit of endeavour. And you know what? They haven't. So let's put them in fans fuming. I take that back. West Coast, dead. I think it's a dead window. Oh no, it's mediocre. I was thinking, like, you've lost Barras. Horrible loss. You got some trades in there. And you bought in Owies. Maybe it's actually, no, we'll put in mediocre. Owies, great. Baker, great. Graham, yeah. And I think they just lost Barras. Oh, and Darling. They lost Darling as well. I don't know why they don't have Barras here. But I think they should be fine. But overall, they've still got good draft picks. I think it's a mediocre window. I think they overpaid for Baker and stuff. Yeah, mediocre's good. And then finally, the Dogs, dead. In fact, fans are fuming. Fans are fuming. This is why. Bailey Smith, Caleb Daniel, and Jack Macrae. For the last year or two for Bailey Smith, because he didn't play 2024. Played out of position. Caleb Daniel, halfback, couldn't make the team. Macrae, ball-winning midfielder, couldn't make the team. Smith, when he was playing midfielder, chucked on the wing. They played out of position, or just not given the opportunity, and they are going to flourish at their other clubs. And I'm sick to death of Luke Beveridge. He's gotten what he's deserved. He has lost the dressing room with these players. He's lost it with these players because he's not given the opportunity, and they've chosen other clubs to go to. And the Dogs as well, from memory, they only bought in Matt Kennedy. How's he going to help you? How is Matt Kennedy going to strengthen you? At all. The Dogs, I think, need some defensive help, and I think it's shocking. Look at that, 2 out of 10. I didn't even realize there were ratings on this, actually. Wow, shocking, absolutely shocking. I think we're going to go down to here. In fact, I think Melbourne, I'll just say is a bit dead. I'm sorry, I think I'm a bit too harsh about Melbourne there. And that looks better for the tier list, having that sort of balance. And I'm happy with that. That's what I'm going with. That's what I think the window should be. The tier list should be. And that's what I'm going to stick with. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. And thanks for watching.